The 10 records that I listen to the most. And I found that this is sort of random. It's not, some of them are because of the sound quality, right? Mobile fidelity release or what have you. Some I just, for some reason, grab these on vinyl as opposed to listening to digitally, and I can't really say why. So we'll jump into that. Baseball season's back for baseball fans, thank God. I've missed baseball, and yes, I'm a Yankees fan, so I'll probably lose 800 subscribers because most people don't like the Yankees, but that's where I grew up. That's what I was raised on. So baseball, Yankees start April 7th. Looking forward to that. I'm going to go back to New York and see some games in the Bronx. I always catch the Yankees out here in the Bay Area. But let's get into the records that I listen to the most. So first, I talk about this record all the time. The Waxahatchee record, St. Cloud, came out 2020. It's one of my favorite records of the last 10 years. Just a tremendous, tremendous album. And for some reason, I keep grabbing this. The sound is great. But it's just one of those that, I can't, with all these records, for some reason I love this record, but I'm not sure why I listen to this more on vinyl than I do, streaming digitally through speakers, but I do. So that's one. Next is this reissue that came out, I think it was last year, Nilsson Schmilsson. I believe I've shared that this was one of my brother's favorite records. He talked about this record all the time. He used to wear the Nilsson Schmilsson, however you say it, t-shirt. I think Mazzy has that t-shirt now, brown with yellow text. But the sound of this reissue on this MoFi, I got number 2521 of 4,000. I think they are hard to find now. I think you have to pay pretty steep price. But if you're a fan, this is worth it. I bought this the day it was announced. I think I got an email and just bought it immediately. This gotta get up early in the morning. Of course, Without You, the big hit. This is just such a great record, and the sound of this is superb. Next, and this one kind of caught me by surprise, not because it's not worthy. Bob Dylan's Blood on the Tracks, a record that for some reason didn't make my top 50 of all time, when on some days this could be number 1 or number 2. And why I'm surprised by this is because I have the what do they call it? The one step, like the thick one, that reissue, but I always grab this, I think because it weighs less, and it sounds great. And Blood on the Tracks, if I could say an album that I've listened to the most in the past 6 months, it's probably been Blood on the Tracks. For some reason, sometimes I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, and I don't usually wake up that early. I'm not an early riser, but I'll put this on in bed. I just love this record. I don't need to, you guys all know Blood on the Tracks. Next is what I meant by the Blood on the Tracks. I have the version that comes in this nice big, it's $140 or something. But, I always go to that original master recording instead. But this one, the Miles Davis UHQR reissue that came out last year, my goodness, this sounds amazing. And this record, I can put it on at any moment, and it just takes you to another place. And I think they may still sell these. Like they pressed 10,000 of them. If you don't have it, and you've got some disposable record purchasing cash, this is so worth it. I've listened to it 100 times since it came out. Next, credit goes to the archivist who turned me on to this band, Rachel's. This is music for Egon Schiele. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Came out initially in 1996 on quarter stick. Just a beautiful, beautiful record that I always just want to spin on the turntable as opposed to digital. So if you don't have this, all instrumental, it's a masterpiece. Couple left. As I said, I'm trying to do shorter videos. I'm not doing more. I'm going to try to do more, but keep them under 15 minutes, maybe under 10. I probably listen to this record the most on vinyl. I talk about Joan Shelley all the time. This album, Over and Even. This is a 10.0 in my book from a Pitchfork standpoint. If there's one record I could talk about in this video that you should go listen to, it's this. This is as good of a singer-songwriter record as there's ever been. This, I think, came out in 15. She's on No Quarter. Her partner, James Elkington, plays on this. Will Oldham sings harmony on 3 songs. So I think it came out in 15. But I love all of her records, but especially this one, Joan Shelley, Over and Even. Give it a spin this weekend. Don't know, I mean, this is in my top 50. It's in my top 5, I think. And I don't even go for the repress that came out in the box set. I just grabbed the original. Bruce Springsteen's second album, Wild the Innocent and the E Street Shuffle. A masterpiece, top to bottom. 7 songs? 7? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think this was my brother's favorite record of all time. Right up there. Mark Shepard, if you're watching this, you'll probably correct me in the comments. Just, this is as good as it gets. What more can I say? How many left? 2 left, and then I'm gonna do a giveaway, and then I am gonna do a record I wish more people knew about, which I haven't pulled down yet, but I know what it is. Sunvolt's Trace. Listen to this all the time. I have the original, which I bought in Newbury Comics in Boston when it came out in 1996, and this is. I think this is the original. Yeah, this is the original. It's $10. I think it went for quite a bit until they reissued it. One of the best albums I own. Made my top 10. I think it made my top 10. If it didn't, it shouldn't have. Or it should have. 1995's Sunvolt Trace. This is probably number 2 in terms of what I listen to the most. Bill Callahan's Sometimes I Wish We Were an Eagle. Came out in 2009 on the phenomenal Drag City, which I learned about from my buddy Brian from college. He and I texted all morning this morning, just talking about records, talking about Modest Mouse and Super Wolves, and he was talking a lot about Mark Lanegan. He's a huge fan. He's been listening to him a lot since Lanegan passed away. But my buddy Brian turned me on to Will Oldham, Bill Callahan, and this Bill Callahan record I just absolutely love. Play it all the time. One more. One of the best sounding records I own, Gillian Welch, The Harrow and the Harvest. Just their pressings, you know, I think a lot of their fans say, why don't they release more? I mean, Gillian Welch hasn't released a proper record since this, which came out in 2011. They've been reissuing these box sets and such, but this record has slowly become probably my favorite Gillian Welch record. And this pressing, so her record label, Acme Records, has just printed more of these. If you don't have it and you can afford it, I would go get this today because they're probably going to run out soon. An unbelievable pressing, just sounds gorgeous. Go get it. Almost at 10 minutes, so let's wrap this up. The giveaway. The first person to mention my favorite use of a Stevie Wonder song in a movie will get this. I ordered 2 of these. This is the reissue of the incredible Inner Visions. First person in the comments with favorite use of a Stevie Wonder song in a movie will get this. You just need to name the movie. I listened to it. It sounds great. But I got 2, so one of you will have this. And my album I wish more people knew about. I forgot to pull it down, but I know what it was going to be. And it is this record. I don't think I've done this one yet. Peter Bruntnell's Normal for Bridgewater. I would imagine a lot of you don't know this record. Unbelievable record. Came out in 1999. This was reissued. They only made 500 of them. I got it. Singer-songwriter perfection. Peter Bruntnell, Normal for Bridgewater. Go check it out. Under 12 minutes. Hope you all have a good weekend. I know there's a lot going on in the world. It feels like ever since I started these videos, it's just, you know, hoping things get better in the Ukraine. I don't know. I know we're probably all following this horrible, horrible situation. Just wonderful people. So I'll wrap with that. Thanks for stopping by again. I hope you have a good weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.